Ketamine is what it does, and people use it as an antidepressant, and it helps some people with that. What we're using it for here is a way it quiets a portion of the brain called the default mode network, which is kind of your identity circuits. These same things that we've been talking about this whole show, like these same circuits that are incessantly firing.
The mind can serve you or it cannot serve you, and it's learning how to tame your thoughts is powerful.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the other things like ketamine. You want to talk about ketamine for a minute and what your experience has been with ketamine treatment?
Yeah. Ketamine is what it does, and people use it as an antidepressant, and it helps some people with that. What we're using it for here is a way it quiets a portion of the brain called the default mode network, which is kind of your identity circuits. These same things that we've been talking about this whole show, like these same circuits that are incessantly firing. Oh my God, you can't do this. You should do this. You can't do that. This, that's my identity. So ketamine quiets that down and allows for some neuroplasticity. So the brain is much more plastic. So that means that we're using it as a potentiator for the rest of the session. So people will do ketamine, and then for the next 2 days, they are now more energetically available. They are more emotionally available. They are more regulated, and we can get deeper. So we've been doing it now almost this whole year, and we've just noticed that people are able to get more traction in treatment sooner. And so the ketamine has become not an ends, but a means to an end. So we're not using it as an antidepressant. We're actually using it to potentiate the other work that's happening. And it really has been powerful. And most ketamine happens in psychedelics are part of mainstream now mental health world. And the way that most ketamine happens is that people will go to the doctor, they'll get a dose, whether it's IV or an injection. They'll have a journey an hour long or so, and then they go home. And that's kind of the general fare for ketamine. We do it as a group. And what's interesting is that in some countries around the world, people have used psychedelic plants, and they do it in a group ceremony, and it's a very powerful experience. And so we do it as a group, and the people don't miss anything. We do it in the evening, and then the following couple of days, they are primed for deeper work.
Okay.
So again, it's a tool. It's a tool. Like all of these things, Tim, these are all tools, and not like there's no such thing as the panacea. As you know, you've been doing this a long time, right? Everybody looking for like the pill. There is no pill. It's the whole thing. It's overall health. And what tools can I use to accelerate my healing process? And ketamine just one of them.
And so what I'm hearing you say is it makes a person a little more flexible so it's like, let's say, for example, without it, maybe it's harder for us to get vulnerable. It's harder for us to go deeper. It's harder for us to change our subconscious thinking. Maybe this opens us up a little bit more is what I'm hearing. I mean, I've never experienced ketamine treatment, but I know that a lot of people out there are, and a lot of people are seeing success with it. So, it's a tool, which is what you guys use it for. Is that correct? That I'm hearing you say that it allows a person to be a little more flexible to where they can go a little bit deeper.
Yeah. And flexibility. So we look at flexibility of the brain. That's called neuroplasticity, right? Mm-hmm. So, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking to change our brains. We're looking to change our body. So there's a science called epigenetics, which means that my environment signals my DNA.
To get a free copy of the 12-step guide that I created for you, click on the link in the description below.
So there's been this whole big talk about, oh my God, you got the alcohol gene. And there was actually no such thing as an alcohol gene, but you got the alcohol gene. So that's your lot in life, and too bad for you. Well, actually, we know now that genes turn on and off. And so my thoughts, my diet, my exercise, all the things that I take into my day are either upregulating or downregulating. So there's a lot of different things that we can do that are all tools to help us to make these changes in our bodies that lead to sustainable recovery. And, I use the term recovered, and a lot of people ask me about that. And what I mean by that, Tim, is that for me, my addiction and my recovery and my ongoing, it's not a primary focus in my life. I don't wake up ever and say, God, I really wish I could get high today, or it doesn't even cross my mind.
Right.
I live in this environment. I live at a treatment center, and I still don't think about getting high. I've had operations on my body. I take opiates as prescribed. I don't have, back in the day, man, if I took an opiate, I'd be like, when's the next one? When's 4 hours? When's this? Should I take another one? Should I not take another one? When's that? Can I get a refill on my prescription? That whole.
Oh yeah. I can relate to all of it.
So yeah. I have none of that now. So I think about it. Well, my addiction is in my past. Now, I don't look at that as, well, let me just casually get high now. I don't do that. Why would I want to change the present moment? Life is so sweet. I love being sober, Tim. I love your tagline, So why would I want to do anything different than that? It's so exciting to be available to the subtle clues and cues, right? Little intuitions, little things that say, here, go there today. And that's when I meet my new boss, or my new love, or my new this, or my new that, So when we're available to like little subtle clues and cues, all of a sudden it changes our life from an okay, just getting by, to an amazing experience of like wonder and mystery. And gee, who wouldn't want that? Anybody who's getting high is actually looking for that, Tim. We're looking for something more than what I'm feeling now. So we're just looking in a place that's not sustainable, as you know.
Yeah. If you got value from this video, if you heard what you needed to hear, be sure to like it. Comment if you've got a question or you have something to say. Subscribe to the channel. Camelback Recovery provides treatment services for people struggling with mental health, mental illness, addiction, alcoholism, whatever it may be. So if you or a loved one is struggling and you need some guidance and you need some direction, reach out to us. Our contact information is down below, or you can go to our website, camelbackrecovery.com, whether it be detox, inpatient treatment, outpatient treatment, sober living, recovery coaching, sober companion services, whatever it may be. Like I said, we can either help you or make sure that you get sent in the right direction. We help people all over the country, all over the world for that matter. I'll see you on the next video.